Hey, everybody. So I want to make a PSA, a public service announcement. So as of March 1st, I've decided that for jobs that I have not started on yet, I'm going to raise my hourly rates. And one of the reasons that I'm doing that is because I've consulted with a couple of people who are also in this industry. And I've decided that I really can't make ends meet at $90 to $95 an hour. And one of the people that I consulted with is a friend of mine who helps me with my personal finances. So as of March 1st, on projects we haven't started on yet, the hourly rate at my shop is going to be increased to $118 an hour. Now, why is this? Well, there are a couple of reasons. The first one is because there are a lot of shops out there that are not as good as we are in certain ways. Like, well, maybe I shouldn't even say that they're not as good as we are. They just won't do the kind of work we do. They won't work on 40-year-old cars that have been sitting for years and years and years and years. They won't take customer phone calls at 9 o'clock at night. They won't warranty their work 2 years out if something goes wrong. They won't follow up with you to make sure that the repairs are good. So, I think the extra customer service that I put into the job is probably going to be an added benefit. But more so, the whole reason that I think it would be a good idea for me to raise my hourly rates is because I want to make sure that I can provide for my family. I have a baby now, and I have a wife that I think needs to devote her time to taking care of our child instead of having to worry about how we're going to pay our bills. Especially considering all the personal sweat equity I put into building this business in my brand. I feel that I deserve to charge a rate that is comparable to what other shops are charging. However, uh, I also want people to know that I plan to be efficient with their time and their money. I don't do things like bill maximum hours for two jobs that are essentially the same job, like replacing subframe mounts and engine mounts on an R107, or replacing belts and a timing chain on a 126 V8 car. Those jobs can be bundled together easily. I also want to make sure that I can afford to cover the cost of health insurance for myself and my child, which I'm going to have to start doing coming the middle of the summer if my wife chooses to continue to stay home full time. So I want to hit the ground running in that department because health insurance for three people, good health insurance is expensive, and I need to make sure that, I'm covered in case something goes wrong. And so finally, I think the last thing that's important to me is that I want to make sure that if I'm in a position where I don't get paid for a job, and this happens sometimes, then I can actually afford to keep my expenses covered and to keep things working. And, I don't really discuss this very much on YouTube, but it's a sad reality that there are some occasions where customers will just argue and argue and argue with me over a bill because they feel that they don't have to pay said bill. And I don't need to go into any specifics, but for those of you that do pay your bills, I'm grateful. I'm not doing this to punish everybody with the exception of one person. It's just I need to stay open. Now, a lot of people who are not in business for themselves, you guys get a paycheck every 2 weeks. You know, your health insurance is covered. You don't have to think about it. Your the cost of your food and your gas and everything may come out of pocket, but for the most part, everybody can sort of plan those expenses. I'm in a position where, because I run a business and I carry so much personal liability, even though I have insurance in the shop and insurance in the cars, that insurance policy is nominal. It's just there to make people feel better. The insurance has never really covered anything. So, anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that I am here to help you. I just have to raise my hourly rate to $118 an hour. I really like you guys. I really appreciate your support. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me personally at mbownersforlife@bellsouth.net. Thank you.